Hello all. My name, as you can see on the screen here, is Jocelyn Erica Pilaja. And the history of that name, or the story of my name, is my parents in the picture that you can see here, my dad and my mom. By the way, that's me on my dad's lap. My parents were musicians. So my father was a voice professor and an opera singer. And my mom was the executive director of the symphony when I was growing up, and is a soprano. Anyhow, they were very musical in their relationship and all that our family did. When they decided on a first name for me, on Jocelyn, they chose um, an opera. It's a French opera, Jocelyn, and it's the name of a lullaby within that opera as well, Jocelyn. So I am named after a lullaby in a French opera of the same name. My middle name, Erica, I think is a passive-aggressive swipe that my mom was taking. If I had been a boy when I was born, my name would have been Eric, except my cousin Eric was born a few years before I was. And so my mom knew she couldn't really use the name Eric because we already had cousin Eric, and she was kind of mad at her brother for taking the name she wanted to use one day, possibly. Anyhow, I'm Erica with a K. I don't know if that makes it more Nordic. But my surname then is Pilaja. It is a Finnish name, a Finnish word. In Finnish, it would be more like Pilaja, but we have Americanized it to Pilaja. And to most people, it just looks like some vowels and consonants and like kind of a headache on the page. But it is the word for the mountain ash tree, also known as the rowan tree. And that grows in a lot of, I know, northern climates, and it has lots of clusters of orangish, reddish berries that grow on it. And I am in Duluth, Minnesota, northern Minnesota, and on the edge of Lake Superior. So we actually have a lot of Pilaja trees that grow around here. Anyhow, so that's the story of my name, Jocelyn Erica Pilaja. And we were then asked to identify something we'd like to get out of this course this week. And I have looked over the Module 1 readings, and I was very interested in the humanizing part of teaching online. By the way, I have taught online for about 20 years now. I do think if I had to assess myself, one of the things I do better in online classes is make a human connection with students. I do a lot of kind of like storytelling, but also, I worry sometimes that the connection with students could be even more kind of like a feeling of me seeing them and them feeling seen. So I'm always looking for new strategies to humanize the classroom. So a few of the things I noticed on like the infographic that I looked at for the class is I like this idea of creating a wisdom wall where students who have been through the course kind of look back and sort of leave behind something they've learned from the semester that can then be shared with the next group of incoming students. I really like the idea of the liquid syllabus, where the syllabus is hosted outside of the learning management system so that students can read it very easily on their phones. I know that we use D2L Brightspace on my campus. I teach at a community college, by the way. I'm Lake Superior Community College, and I'm an English teacher. But I know that that students, like the mobile view of our learning management system is terrible, and it's terrible to try log in on your phone and you're trying to read something. So I actually really like the idea of hosting the syllabus outside of the learning management system. And then you know what? I used to do things like get to know you surveys, and it's been a lot of years since I've done that. And the ones that I was looking at on the materials for this week, I thought that's really good questions to ask of students. So for me, it would be very practical activities kind of that I can create and use in the future in my classes. Okay, I will stop talking now. It's nice to meet you all. Let's have a good week.